Good afternoon. Welcome to this broadcast. A message to Nigeria about the flying politicians. Flying politicians. Years back, we saw this development that was going on our country, Nigeria. Movement of politicians from one political party to the other. This is a message to Nigeria in respect to this. I don't understand the terrains of political scenario in Nigeria. What can we say? Do we conveniently say that these men who are flying all around are actually have us in mind? Is it a time for us to take a sober reflections to know whether these guys have something good for us or they're just going for their selfish reasons? He marveled and he surprised every Nigerians that the technicality and the fingers of the devils are already at hand. We have to be one. Really, the both political parties in Nigeria existing do not have the interests of Nigerians at heart. It is time for us to reflect and to call to order and call ourselves. Would they still be using us as a prey? Would these men continue to use our brain? When do we realize our mistakes and go for corrections? Let me say it categorically that the two ruling parties, the opponent and the ruling party, does not have you in mind. These are men who are seriously seeking for their own private pockets. And it is time for us, for all the youth of these great nations, to take this as a very important warning and to go after them and to bring them to book. It is time for us to hold our electorate, to hold our leaders accountable to our electorate, irrespective of any political parties. If your governor is not governing world, as a youth, as a citizen of the country, you have the power to hold these people accountable for the money entrusted to them. Leadership is a trust and therefore must be counted for. It is time for the youth to stand up and make a choice for a better, irrespective of a political party. This is the time for us to ask ourselves, how come that our roots are not being fixed? This is time for us to ask ourselves, how come our educational systems have been totally eradicated and the prestige of Nigerians being insulted? This is the time for us to ask our leaders, how come many of them have not been invested in this country? This is the time for us to ask ourselves, how come their wives and their children have not been asked to campaign for them? This is the time for us to ask them, where is the wealth of Nigerians and where have they been invested? These are simple questions. Hospitals in Nigeria are totally been decayed. The educational system is totally down. We are talking about the health system and security challenges all over the world, all over Nigeria and the system. We are not internationally being reckoned as the prestige as it always been. But yet, we are hearing the flying of politicians from one political party to the others, going to where their money will be sustained and protected. It's time for us to say no to this. It's time for us to say no, not by carrying weapon, but with our PVC. Get your PVC hand ready and go for only called trusted individuals that would protect our interests. Our schools must work. Our roads must be fixed. The hospitals must be in good shape. This is a message to all Nigerian youths that we should not allow these men to use us forever. You can receive people always. You can deceive people all the time, but might not be every time. This is time for us to tell them that we know their games and we to stand up with our PVC and the power entrusted to them to select only those who have our people in mind. How do you know them? This is a great importance. And how do you get them? This is great important. Many of the people that have you in mind does not have the financial muscles to go. You have to vote to someone that you know that is capable, irrespective of his financial muscles. This is the time for us to stand up and defend the integrity and the unity of Nigeria. Together, we can rebuild Nigeria for a better tomorrow. Take time and work for the benefit of this country, for these men can never deceive us all the time. Thank you, and stay connected to this platform for more updates on what is likely going to be the solution to the Nigerian problem. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.